So, I know you guys have been waiting for this video to come up, but I'm here. I think for 3 weeks now. So if you're here, excuse me. I make videos about my immigration journey moving here to. Oh. It's been a while since I vlogged and filmed. I don't know how to do it now. Let's start the chica. Oh my god. Hello everyone, if you're new here, my name is Maricel. I make videos about my immigration journey moving here in the US. I also started doing some vlogs here and there and some unboxing. So if you're interested into those type of videos, I would love for you to hit the subscribe button down below. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so you will be notified whenever I upload new videos. But I'm not gonna lie, it's been, I think, 3 weeks now since the very last time I posted a video here in my YouTube channel. There has just been so many things going on and have been so busy at work, so I apologize to those who are waiting for an update regarding my father's I-130 petition or my father's I-130 visa interview. I know you guys have been waiting for an update for a while now, and so if you're here to get an update, please, I would suggest to get something to snack on, something to drink. It's gonna be a long one. We have a lot to catch up. So guys, if you haven't watched my last video in regards to my father's I-130 petition and how I was able to get him a slot for an interview, please check the video right here or check the card on the top or check the description box below so you can watch that video. It's gonna be very hard for me to talk about this. This is something that I did not expect to happen, and I know life is not perfect, and so I don't have a choice but to face it. So guys, my father went to St. Luke's for his medical appointment last May 7th of 2022. I'm not sure if I mentioned that from my last video, but if you want me to make a separate video regards to how did I get that appointment, it's very easy. I can make that video, and just please let me know in the comment section down below. But yeah, I was able to get him an appointment for his medical last May 7th 2022. Guys, I'm sorry if I'm kind of like squinting. I'm really tired. It's already like 12:24 midnight here right now, but I just really want to make this video. There has been quite a good number of subscribers that has messaged me both in my Facebook and in my Instagram. So guys, if you really want to get a response from me, the quickest way to reach out to me would be commenting in the comment section below, and or go to my Instagram. I'm not very active in posting, but I do check my Instagram messages. Please do not add me on Facebook. I'm working on making a Facebook page for everybody, but my Facebook right now is just mainly for work and for my families and friends. I would really like to make a Facebook page for all of you guys so I could post some updates and or stories or something like that, so watch out for that. But for now, I don't have a official like Facebook page, if you may call that, but I'll let you know as soon as I get one, or as soon as I make one. It's really hard for me to talk about this because, to be quite honest with you, I was very excited for literally every single thing, and I overlooked the possibilities of my father not being able to pass his medical test, and sadly he did not. According to him, he was told that there's a spot in his lungs that was found in the x-ray that they want to verify that it's not something related to tuberculosis or something like that. Prior to him going for a medical appointment at St. Luke's Medical Center or St. Luke's Medical Extension, I asked him to go to our local hospital in our city for him to go get an x-ray and some other tests, but he passed those, so I'm not really quite sure. I was told that the St. Luke's, devices are very advanced that they could really see every bits of a problem in your lungs. Sadly, this is not something that I expected. Yes, my father does smoke, he does drink, but he's pretty healthy. Like, I wouldn't say like that he's the healthiest. I did not quite think that this could, happen. To be honest with you, I was already on the mindset of him going for his interview without even worrying anything about his medical. One thing that the USCIS is really requiring applicants to be, is to make sure that the applicants does not have any communicable diseases and or something that is very contagious and harmful to the community or to the citizens of the United States and residents of the United States. So that's why tuberculosis here in the US is a very big deal. Yeah, they take that very seriously here in the US. So my father, unfortunately, has to undergo a sputum culture test, and that would be on May 30th, 31st, and June 1st. So I think they're going to get samples from my father every single day, first thing in the morning, without food intake, not brushing the teeth or anything like that. So they're going to get a sample of his phlegm. I don't know how would that be. Like when I undergo for a medical, I went here in the US when I first applied for my green card. So I did not undergo in that process. Mine was very straightforward. So that's why in my thinking, medical would be easy because I've done that before. But here in the US, not at St. Luke's or in the Philippines. Thankfully enough, we don't have to pay for another appointment. He will just go back there and do a sputum test. So supposedly my father was supposed to go to US Embassy Manila for his interview last May 17th of 2022. But since he did not pass his medical tests at St. Luke's, we would have to reschedule and cancel that appointment. I tried rescheduling the appointment, but unfortunately, there has not been, I've been checking every single day. There has not been, I wasn't lucky enough to find a slot yet. So I called the US Embassy Manila again and asked for help. And so according to US Embassy Manila, my father's file has not made it to the Philippines yet. So basically NVC hasn't sent my father's files yet. And I was like, I'm so confused. How was I able to get an appointment in the first place if my father is not eligible to get an interview? You know what I mean? Like it's so weird. I feel like there is something that's wrong or I don't know. I'm still trying to figure that out because according to them, I should not be getting a interview schedule if my father's application has not been or my father's approval information or something like that has not been sent to the US Embassy Manila. Obviously, I showed you guys my father's visa appointment, which was dated May 17th of 2022. I was able to get that appointment right after, I think around like first week of April, something like that, or second week of April. And I'm so confused. So they said, ma'am, your father's application or your father's petition has not made it to the US Embassy Manila yet, and it's still currently at the NVC. And I said, so what do I do? And then she said, we are not going to be able to reschedule his appointment until we get those documents from the NVC. And I was like, screw me. How am I supposed to get those? And they said, we have to wait. So yeah, they're saying that I could not reschedule my father's interview because my father's petition hasn't made it to the US Embassy Manila. But then again, I'm just confused why I was able to get a visa interview scheduled for my father if he is not eligible in the first place to get one. Does it make sense with you? Because they said, the NVC said, for my father to get a visa interview, the US Embassy Manila should have reached out to me and scheduled that interview. But then obviously, when I called the US Embassy Manila, if you haven't seen my video yet, I'll insert it right here. She said that I could go to that website and get an interview scheduled for my father, and I was able to get one. So I'm so confused, but right now I'm still very thankful that we're able to get a medical appointment for my father, because you cannot get a medical appointment if you don't have kind of like a clearance from US Embassy Manila that you are okay to undergo medical test, something like that. So I know it's so confusing, guys. So basically the process, me too, I'm so confused. So basically, for you to get a visa interview, you have to have your application sent by NVC to the US Embassy in which country you're processing at. So in my case, US Embassy Manila. For you to get that appointment, you would have to make sure that NVC has already sent your files to them. But before you could get interviewed, you would have to get a medical test at St. Luke's Medical Center or Extension. So like at St. Luke's basically. But in my case, in our case, our petition or my petition to my father or our application is still at the NVC stage. Though we are documentarily qualified already, the NVC has not sent those files to the US Embassy Manila. So that's why I'm so confused why I was able to get that appointment. But I'm still very thankful that I was able to, because if I was not able to get that May 17 appointment, then St. Luke's would have not honored the request of getting a medical done, because it was such a time crunch that my father has really have to go for a medical test because his interview is fast approaching. I think there was only like 10-day gap from when I was able to get him a medical test scheduled from the appointment, US Embassy appointment schedule. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not sure if you're following me. I'm sorry if I'm quite confusing. So I'm sorry guys if this video is quite confusing. I am so confused myself too, but I'm still very thankful that I was able to get that May 17th, 2022 visa appointment for my father. Speaking of my father is calling. His father is calling right now. Okay, so yeah guys, long story short, my father's interview scheduled for May 17th, 2022 has been cancelled, and I was not able to reschedule it yet. According to US Embassy Manila, I cannot reschedule my father's interview appointment until they get my petition from the NVC sent to US Embassy Manila. So far, I have reached to the NVC, and then they said there has not been a timeline for when they will be sending those petitions to US Embassy Manila. So far, I've already reached out to the NVC if they could send my application to the US Embassy Manila, but then they said there has not been a timeline for when it will be sent, and if I need to really get the application going, the NVC suggested that I should reach out to the US Embassy Manila and ask them to request an expedite processing to the NVC, so NVC will send my application to the US Embassy Manila, which is just a complete mess. And so I asked the US Embassy if they could request my application, and then they said I should send in an expedite processing. And I check what are the reasons that is valid for for that to be approved, for an expedite request to be approved. I just don't seem to have the same situation for me to actually get an approval for an expedite processing. So my best bet right now is wait until my father's sputum test results comes out, and hopefully it will be a good one. So we are waiting for the NVC to transfer my father's petition to the US Embassy Manila, and then I could call or try to reschedule it again. But right now I'm still not giving up on checking the ustravel.gov website for me to kind of reschedule or get a slot for my father's interview. Good news is we are already in the process of getting a sputum test, so we are in the medical test part of the process, to where if my father will be cleared with the sputum culture test, he could immediately use that as a kind of like a tool for us to get an expedite interview. So we are just kind of waiting on the sputum test results. Unfortunately, we would have to wait up to, they said, 60 days. So that's approximately like 2 months. So if he is going to get his culture test done on May 30th, so we're going to be expecting to hear back from, they said 8 weeks, so we're going to expect to hear back from St. Luke's for the results on July 30th. So that would be like the 8th week. But I've asked some friends who had to go the same who had to undergo the same process. One of them was able to get the results in 6 weeks. So hopefully I could get it sooner, or we could get it sooner, so we could move forward for the next process, which is getting my father an interview slot again. But right now, I'm still not giving up. I have been constantly checking the appointment website for to schedule my father's appointment. I'm trying to see if I could do it there. I know the NVC was telling me all these things, and USCIS telling me all these things, but I'm just really trying to see every option I could get. To kind of summarize everything, my father did not pass his medical test last May 7th, 2022, and so his US Embassy I-130 petition interview was canceled last May 17th, 2022. We tried to reschedule it, but unfortunately the US Embassy is unable to, for the reason that my father's petition has not been sent to the US Embassy Manila from the NVC. Though we are documentarily qualified, the NVC will have to submit all, or will have to send all of our documents to the US Embassy Manila, so the US Embassy Manila could start processing and reschedule my father's interview. There has been such a crazy wait for this, but in our case, for as long as my father gets a negative culture test results, we can use that medical certificate or that medical results for us to get an expedite visa processing, because the medical certificate or the medical results is only valid up to 6 months. So we are looking forward to get everything done this year. God willing, it would be sooner than later. I'm really, really, really trying my best to get everything done on time, and there has just been so many hiccups lately, and it's been crazy. Guys, I'm not gonna lie, it's almost like 2 a.m. in the morning, and I'm going to wrap this video up. I will be making more updates in the future, but for now, this is our current situation. So as you can tell in my eyes right now, I'm so sleepy. So thank you all so much for patiently waiting for this video, and to those who messaged me on Messenger and added me on my Facebook, on my personal Facebook page. I'm sorry if I'm unable to accept your request. Mainly, I would love for you to just comment down below if you have any questions, if you have anything that you want to ask me. Please leave it in the comment section below, and I really appreciate you guys being patient. It's been 3 weeks that I haven't uploaded in my YouTube channel, and then I know so many of you are still waiting for this update. And that's it for tonight's video, guys. Thank you so much for being so patient, and please don't forget to like this video and share to your friends and families, as it might help them with their petition. And if you are new here and if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you will be notified whenever I upload new videos just like this. Until next time, peace.